President, my question is for the Minister for Small Business. Minister Shannon Palmer of STR Truck Bodies and Trailers wrote to the number of members of Parliament, including the member for Evelyn, yesterday saying, "My husband and I own and operate a manufacturing business in Dandenong. We are both fully vaccinated against COVID. I've spoken to 6 of our 8 staff who are not vaccinated this morning, and they have all indicated their unwillingness to get the jab. Instead, they are opting to go on unemployment benefits as of the 15th of October 2021. Minister, through me, Shannon asks, can you please give us some clarity onto where exactly we stand on employees that will not get vaccinated, as at this stage we will be forced to close our business due to a lack of staff?"
Thank you, President. I thank Mr Davis for his important question around vaccine mandates. Now, as members would be well aware, the government announced last week that the Chief Health Officer will be introducing a vaccine mandate for people who are on the authorised worker list, which of course includes everybody in this room, along with many others. This order, whilst not yet in effect, so I would make that point to Shannon, sorry, whose surname I didn't catch, Mr Davis. Mr Palmer. So this order is not yet in effect, but of course he's right to be conscious and concerned about what it will mean when it is. So authorised workers will be required to have received at least 1 dose by the 15th of October or evidence of an appointment that week, so the period up to the 22nd of October, and to be fully vaccinated by the 26th of November 2021. Now, the legal mechanism for that is a public health order made by the Chief Health Officer, and the legal advice and factors that he has taken into consideration in making that order take into account his responsibilities in creating a safe environment for the whole Victorian community, but also conscious of the need to provide it's like not entirely within my area of responsibility or expertise, so I'm doing my best, so bear with us. But also what will be a very legally robust mechanism, and that's of course been welcomed by people, business community leaders across the state, and indeed I think that there was a great relief from business community leaders that I was speaking to last week about the certainty that they have been calling for some time on this question. Now, of course, this will give rise to questions like this question from Mr Palmer, and I would encourage him to speak with, if he's in manufacturing, if he's a member of the Australian Industry Group, perhaps they can provide some advice to him. I'm loath to provide industrial relations advice on individual cases on my feet in the Parliament, but Mr Palmer will be able to seek advice about that. I would also suggest that Mr Palmer, if indeed his staff would prefer to take the coronavirus risk than have their jobs, then I would be very pleased to connect him up with Jobs Victoria, and we can assist him in recruiting new staff.
Mr Davis on a supplementary.
Thank you for the answer there. But Shannon went on to detail the difficulties of STR Truck Bodies and Trailers have experienced attracting and retaining staff, and said, if we have no employees, then we will have no choice at all but to join the unemployment line as of the 15th of October. And it feels like the government has done the mandate without the support for businesses like his. So I ask a simple question. What assistance will you, as Minister for Small Business and the Victorian Government, provide to small businesses to manage your COVID mandate?
Mr Pulford.
Thank you, President. I thank Mr Davis for his further question. So I'm certainly happy if Mr Davis would like to provide me with Mr Palmer's details to have somebody from our business supports team in the department talk to him about his options and about how the mandate would work. I would also encourage him, if it is something that he is open to encourage his staff to be vaccinated, to perhaps make available to them, I'm not sure what their operating hours and days are at the moment, but perhaps make available to them some time to go and have their vaccinations in work time. I know a lot of employers are doing that and that they find that that assists. And I would encourage him to have a discussion with his staff about how the vaccination roadmap to reopening, how the vaccinations and the roadmap to reopening opens, because I imagine these staff members are quite interested in having a cup of tea or hugging their mum, in being safe, in not causing undue burden on the health system, indeed not dying or being sick themselves.
Mr Borman.